Testing. 1, 2, 3. It works. Seth's Bike Hacks. Alright. I'm in Florida on the East Coast. Probably, if you're looking horizontally from Orlando, I'm off to the east. And I just bought this bad boy, this bad girl. And it's a 1985 Bayfield. That's my very first sailboat. Let me see if I can flip this around. Yeah. I'm on my phone this time, not on my laptop. This is a 29-foot 1985 Bayfield cutter rig. And it's got the full keel. And it's got, they said 3.5 foot draft, or what do you call it, depth, and width. I don't even know the width, but there's a lot of stuff I don't know about it because I've never sailed before other than my class I got. But I got a COVID special on this. The former owners are Canadian, and they parked it and were not able to get back to get it. And so it's been setting and setting and setting and setting and setting and setting, and now I got it. Lily, lovely Lily. 10 points if you know where that quote came from. I'll give you a hint, it's a Harry Potter movie, but which Harry Potter character said Lily, lovely Lily? Some of that crap up there is mine, and a lot of the stuff is the previous owners. My old beast truck is over there, not that one, but one behind it. And I loaded up all my crap from the last house and left most of it there, and sold as much as I could, had sales, sold the old little car, wound up getting my own little slice of heaven. And it's got a couple minor things wrong with it, like that little stainless steel bolt's gone. You got to crawl inside to back it up, the wrench, and get it fixed. But I got all my tools. Got a little three propeller prop. It's in neutral at the moment. Oops, I don't even know if that was on camera or not. It's got chip in it. It really needs to be sanded and to get the bottom done, but it's gonna be like another $2,500 that I just don't have right now because I absolutely blew my entire wad just getting this sucker. But it's got a well, your main will be there. All the sails are inside. Fortunately, they're all in really good shape. The mainstays are in good shape, and that's called a furling jib. It just automatically, as you pull on it, it just lets out a little bit more. And then it's got another place for another jib that I don't have any experience with. Maybe some of my sailor friends will know what I'm talking about. This one right, I guess right here. There's my on top of the world bow. I can act like DiCaprio and get up there, and I had one of the other yacht people here take a picture of me holding my Paxton for prison sign. So I'm gonna have to call it the ladder. Got another bolt missing here, but I'll have to go out there underneath and get some cracks there. I think the lights, most of the lights work. I haven't tested them all, and it's a complete mess. Absolute complete mess. And I've got a whopping 3 days to get out of here. This is all the COVID bullshit. They don't want people staying here, but I'm gonna stay here whether they like it or not, because I just paid everything I've got. I don't have anywhere else to go. Anyways, all this crap, this anchor, this rode, this is my tools, and this, the funnels, all that stuff, this some sort of underwater baggie, all this came out of here. That's just insulation. It's falling down. It's no big deal. Structurally it's fine, it just needs some cleanup. But I've got to crawl down in here to get to those bolts tomorrow because it's almost dark now. This dude is cool as hell. It's the only boat I've found. Let me set this down. So this is my seat. Inside, somewhere in there, there's some padded seats for this, but oh well, I'll get them later. This dude, the brand is Edson. in Bedford. This is the only steering wheel I've ever seen. I'm facing the rear of the boat. There's the front of the boat. There's your main mast. This is the rear of the boat. Now I can set my sexy ass right here and drape my feet over and steer, or I can just sit where I'm at and steer. And there's no cables, and that's one thing I liked about it. There's no cables and pulleys. Most of the boats I've seen have cables and pulleys, but this one, watch this, got a little cotter pin there, cotter pin there, and voila, this little wooden box comes off, and this is it. You got your wheel on a shaft, a steel shaft. You got a bearing here, you got a locking mechanism there, you can lock it in place. You got another bearing here, and there's a gear right there, and this is some kind of, I don't know, like a fulcrum. This shaft goes all the way down to the rudder. It's direct. So you spin the wheel this way, you're going to go to the right. You spin the wheel the other direction, and you might have guessed it, you're going to go to the left. And then it stops. And that is it. Simple, 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 and I love it. I just didn't like all those cables. I'm sure eventually if I ever get another boat, I'll have to get one, because these are obviously very rare, or at least in my neck of the woods. Let me put my cotter pins back before I forget. But for now, this will do me just fine, because this is all I can afford. This is probably a little bit more than I should have bought, but oh well. Anyway, I took it off, but there's a belt. There's a belt like you'd see underneath your car, fan belt. And it comes down this little pulley down here, this tiny little pulley. And there's an adjustment on there. Tighten it up. Push that down one way or the other. Yeah, I'll have to look at it later, but it was tight when I got it. Anyway, that's a servo. This is your autopilot. Since I'm going to be sailing alone, because I'm the singlest son of a bitch you'll ever meet in your life, I've got to get some sleep sometime. Sorry kids, I'm not invincible. Just, that was a joke, by the way. Anyway, I don't know how all this works, but here's your trim. You set it however you want it. Got my compass here. Set it to whatever degrees I want, and I can go take a nap. And cool. Greetings from Russia, from Kuarka. I didn't know. There's Harv Potts. Hey Harv. I didn't know anybody from Russia watching my stuff. Anyway, there's a mount, some kind of a GPS that goes here. There's a speedometer here underneath the hull. There's a little rolling sensor that I'll have to get cleaned. But anyways, this is Casa de la Caleb. We're gonna go inside here. Underneath there, it's hard to see, but there's 3 different plexiglass pieces that slide here. And then this sucker here, you can either pull that one for the screen, or that one to lock myself in case I had a big storm. In case just hypothetically, in case I actually do a barrel roll, it'll keep most of the water in and just beat the hell out of me by all the loose stuff that falls on me, but at least I'll be alive. And yes, I know you're supposed to turn around and go in backwards, but I'm not going to do it because it's my fucking boat, and I'll come in however I want. There's one of the sails. There's actually a bed under there. The dude, the previous owner, left a bunch of fish and tackle in there. But eventually that'll be cleaned up, and I could sleep there if I wanted to. Over here, I haven't turned this on. The realtor, not realtor, the broker, they show me a little bit how it worked, but I don't have it on at the moment. And oops, y'all don't need to see that. Here's another bed. Goes back up in yonder. And there's a board that goes here. I think it's right there. and that pad will go there. There's my battery charger. And Wicker Rose, thank goodness y'all, I got at least one of y'all here. I haven't even been watching the comments, people, sorry. Really fairly new batteries. That's a, that looks like just a smaller car battery. That's more like a, what I would call a 4D battery. It goes, it's pretty heavy, like 80 to 100 pounds. It goes pretty, you can't see it, but it goes deep in there. Anyway, you got your battery selector. You can do both batteries. Battery number 2, battery number 1, or all of them, slash both, or you can turn it off. And like I said, this is the battery charger. At the moment, I've got it plugged into shore power. There's an adapter here that plugs into the big plug, which goes down to a regular extension cord, which I've got run out over there, mooching off of that building. But once I'm out on the water, I do not have a generator at the moment. I've got one on my truck, but it's kind of too big. It won't really fit. In fact, I have no clue how I'm going to get all my shit on here. I really don't know. I have a feeling I'm going to have to leave a lot of stuff behind even in my truck. And what I do with my truck, I don't even know there. Parker said he might be able to come get it. This is my mainsail cover. And they left some of their old dishes in there. And it up. Oh hell, I didn't even see all that. Yeah, scissors, spoons, lots of stuff. Since I don't have laundry, washer and dryer, you pick up a couple 5-gallon buckets, hand wash it, dump it over the side, hang it over to these nice little rails here, conveniently out of this cute little window. I'm gonna have to get all new seals here because these are super heavy duty windows to keep the waves from bashing in. But on a nice day, you flick it up like that and hang your laundry out to dry here. How old is the boat? It's a 1985 model, so I'm told. And there's something else back here, I'm sure. Actually, it's kind of empty. There's some kind of little pegs there. Don't even know what they're for. No clue what that is. And over here, there's storage under here. There's more of their crap there. This, let me turn this off in case it's too noisy. It's just a cute little fan. Runs off a cigarette lighter. Old school CD player. Wish I had some CDs now. I think I threw them all away or left them behind. But this is a brand new dinghy. And for those sailor people, y'all know exactly what a dinghy is. In case you don't know what a dinghy is, this is called an inflatable dinghy. And in there, or maybe it's in there, I can't remember, there's a hand pump. And you hand pump it up, and it's, I don't know, 6 to 8 feet long. And when I'm anchored out at shore, or out in the anchorage, and I need to go to shore to get food, diesel, whatever, I can go get it. And it comes with oars. And I found the oars, they're back here, underneath all this crap. This is what the motor bolts to, or clamps to. And here's the oars, and lots and lots, and God almighty, I've got more rope than I'll ever know what to do with. Sailors call them sheets, you don't call it rope. I'm demonstrating my ignorance. And then it also came with this brand new cute little motor, like a 4 I guess that means 4 horsepower. Basically, it's just a 4-stroke weed eater with a blade on the back that'll paddle me all the way to shore. And it's judging by the sticker and they said the dinghy's new, never been used, but anything that's aluminum was up in the front hull, and it's really, really moist up there. So I had to pull everything out. None of this was here. This was all stuffed in there. I actually wiped all this. This is your shitter. Sailors call it a head. But I had to wipe and bleach. I bleached everything before I pulled it all out. So tomorrow, once it gets light, I'll, amongst other things and organization, I'm going to put some oil and gas and everything in here and make sure this little dude runs. And then peekaboo out here. There's my roller furling. Goes all the way up to the mast. And I'm 6 foot and I could just barely see out. I can stand on my tippy toes and look all around. This little hatch here, I took the seal off. There's a seal that goes all the way around here. This is some really, really thick, I'd say 1/2 inch thick plexiglass, or maybe 3/8. But I left the seal off because it's all rotten corroded. Here's another one, another hatch, but I gotta get this little knob. It's supposed to be on here, but it broke off or got lost or something, so I gotta get a new one of those. Got one of those on each side. And nice little cubby hole there with some shitter paper. That's what they call gold in COVID world. And I've cleaned the sink out. Got this nice little bronze hose, or I mean faucet. And this, believe it or not, that's the mast. It goes all the way down to the bottom of the hole. And I assume it ties directly into the keel, which is lead. And they say it weighs about 7,000 pounds, but that sucker goes all the way to the top. And I think I was told it was 55 feet from the water line to the top there, but I'll just have to go look again because I can't remember. Got a fire extinguisher. It came with 2 free full jugs of diesel there. And what else? These lift up for privacy. Well, they're supposed to lift up. I'm sure there's a certain way to... Oh, there we go. I haven't even done it until now. But anyway, it just somehow lifts up if we wanted privacy, but it's just me, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not ever going to put them up. Came with some free butcher knives. And oh, gotta do this. I call it a dinner bell, but real sailors probably call it something else that I'm not familiar with. Don't know what's back there. Oh, these are plugs. You got all these through holes. There's valves all over the bottom for sink drains and engine cooling water drains, and just in case a valve breaks or won't shut, you just gotta get a hammer and you gotta whack it in there. You got spare fuses, miscellaneous clamps and string, and I don't even know what all's in here. Oh my gosh. Duct tape, spare prop. Who didn't need a spare prop? Zip ties and duct tape. Yeah, this dude knew what he's doing. Some kind of cement. Yep, it's marine sealant. That'll hold the seals in for the windows. Ooh, I wonder if this works. Oh, God almighty. Yep, horn works. Signal horn. Alrighty. Sorry if I just blew out all your eardrums and y'all listening with headphones. Shit, that hurt. My ears are ringing. Oh, under here, I think this is a propane stove. I think. Let's see. Made in Sweden. Patent pending to fill. No, that might be a... I don't see a striker. That might just be an alcohol stove. I've seen them where you just put alcohol in there and you light it, and then when you're done, you just cover it up and puts it out. And I don't know. More of that stuff I'm just going to have to figure out because I got like 3 days. 3 days to figure all this shit out. There's the paper towel holder. There's the level. And hi, Miss Mary. Giving a little tour here. Oops. I don't know if I can get this. This is the engine cover. I don't know if I can get all this off with holding one hand or not. Yep, long time no see. There's Becca. Oh my gosh, I got all three of my beautiful Whomping Willows. This is just a dream come true with amongst the dream come true. Okay, got this one. Yeah, I'll be able to get it. So this is the stairs. Little staircase. Okay, the wheel, the entry. That's the stairs. I just took off the 2 screws. And this sucker comes out. And that doesn't look like much if you're not a mechanic, but if you're a mechanic, that just kind of gives me a little erection. Not gonna lie, because that is the cutest little 2-cylinder diesel I've ever seen in my life. You can, if that anchor wasn't in the way, this panel moves out, and there's a piece of fiberglass on a hinge that lifts up. I can access the entire transmission and the head and everything from the top or from here. And again, if you're a mechanic, that will make sense to you because you can actually get to everything, and it's so nice. So another thing I'm going to be doing, I've got pictures of all the belts and the filters, and I've got to service it. I'm going to change the oil, all the filters before I leave. And I'm not going to screw that back, I'll get it later. I'm going to come out here because I'm kind of hot. I do not have an air conditioner, and it's a good thing it's winter time because I don't have, let me turn this around. I don't have the money to get an air conditioner even if I wanted one right now. So that's just part of what I'm going to keep saving my money. But I've got a hull that is guaranteed to float. I've got an engine that the marina owner here said he saw run, fired right up, he said, after a couple cranks earlier this year. So if there's anything wrong with it, I'm sure there is, but I'm gonna have all my tools so I can fix that. What else? That's really about it. I'm gonna have to figure out how to, let me turn this back around. There we go. I have to figure out how to get all my sails back. I've done it before in the training class, but this one's a little bit different. These right here, I learned about these in class, but I never did see them. These are called lazy jacks. And basically, when the sail is hoisted all the way up to the top, if you don't have the lazy jacks, ideally you'd let one person would let go from the winch here. It'd go through a pulley, and then the sail would just come down, and another guy would get up there and he'd flop it over, just zigzag it, and that way you could put the cover on it. But with these lazy jacks, it's, I think what it is, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm right, it's for solo sailing, because it's just going to be me for the most part. And I'll let it down and the sail will stay right in between. See if I can get that on there. The sail will stay right in between there and fold itself up. And then I can wrap it up and whatever. But they call this a cutter rig because I've got a winch here, winch here, winch here, winch, steering wheel. And I didn't even have to walk anywhere, and I can access every bit of it right here and do it all by my cute, sweet little sexy self. I mean, obviously, I think they said it'll sleep. Let me turn me back around here. Adam O'Reilly, Caleb, you're a pirate now. Well, the only pirate is, if you ask me, is the deadbeat Attorney General Ken Paxton. By the way, I feel really fortunate. I was able to, how do I put this? I was able to get all the title stuff taken care of without the deadbeat Attorney General Ken Paxton stealing my bank account again and fucking everything up royally like he normally does. So that's pretty exciting. I'm really excited about that. I guess if he really wanted to, he could send a team of SEALs or the Texas equivalent of and come fetch me and get me and do whatever it is he just loved to do to me, but I don't think I'm really worth that. But You can see my bank account all he wants to now because there ain't shit in it. So anyway, how y'all doing? Let me see if I can read some comments here. Hello from NOAA Weather Radio. Oh, cool. Okay, I understand. From Og 99 Edits. Hi. Jewworth. Hi. Hang on. Adam O'Reilly, you get to keep the name Lily or change it? Adam O'Reilly, that is an excellent question. I'm going to change it, and I already have the name in mind, but you know how I am. I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to get the name officially changed and get the name changed on the back of the boat, and I'm going to make a complete separate dedicated video just for the name of my beautiful, beautiful ship. So, are you satisfied with the purchase from Sirach? That's my Russian friend. Yes, I am. What are the options better? I had to come to Florida to find it, all the way from Texas. So, I wanted a full keel, and there's every argument in the world from every type of sailor, novice all the way to advanced, and even the advanced guys argue back and forth on what's really a blue water, what's not a blue water. Do you really need a blue water? Do you not need a blue water? No more experience than I've got. I have no business crossing an ocean yet, and so I'm not going to. I plan on from here, the Bahamas or somewhere over there. I would imagine, what, 30, 50 miles, depending on which island I go to. I'm gonna probably practice around the Bahamas and some other tropical places, not really getting out into the deep just yet. Sometime I gotta make a trip back to Texas. There's a port there called Kima, which is where I got my training done, and I gotta go see my kiddos. And then, I don't know, I've only been out on the ocean with an instructor on a boat, and as of 2 or 3 days from now, I'm going to be doing it myself, and I just hope I don't die. Let's see, why did you buy the boat? Because I wanted it, because I'm tired of looking over my shoulder my entire adult life by people like the deadbeat Attorney General Ken Paxton, and I'm just sick of looking over my shoulder. I'm just sick of it. Everybody tells me to social distance. Well, guess what, motherfuckers? I'm gonna social distance the shit out of myself. Why is rum gone? Rum? Because I don't drink. You know that, Becca. I'm not. Oh, by the way, Becca, I got your text, but I was already asleep last night. I'm not very familiar with marine terminology. I'm a technician, not a sailor. Don't get in too much to technical details for me. Okay. Well, I'm not either. I've had 1 week of training. That's all I know. I'm so hot. Marisol, thank you very much. I'm filthy. I was going to stay here last night, but the banks screwed up and didn't get all the paperwork done, and I had to go blow another $100 bill. But I took advantage of it and got one last shower and a shave, and I've already been in Florida for like 3 nights. I stayed with a dear friend of mine up north of here, a couple hours, Tina, so I didn't have to waste money on that. And it dawned on me, I need to go and do laundry, because it's probably going to be a while since before I've got access to a washing machine. And then I went out to do it, and the washing machine at the hotel that was broken. So I decided to go ahead and give myself my first lesson in washing out of a bucket. So I just ran some hot water in the tub and washed all my clothes by hand. The dryer worked, so I just cheated and got dried clothes. But whenever I get out on the water, I'm gonna have 2 empty 5-gallon buckets, one for soapy water, one for clean water, or clean fresh water, and then just hang them up on all these. And these, we turned around. These little handrails, or these little rails, they go all the way around. And there's a canopy in there somewhere for this, but I don't know where it's at. I'm not even sure I'm going to use it, because that's like chest level. It might, I just don't have to duck all the time, but it just depends on how much Depends on how much sun I'm willing to take or not take. So worker, what about water filters? Are they good? I've heard they're one of the most important things for this type of boat. As far as filters, as far as water maker, I don't have a water maker yet. That's another $1,500 that I'll just have to save my money, and I'll get a water maker. And basically all a water maker is like a reverse osmosis unit on steroids for a boat. HBO, hilarious. I have the Pirates of the Caribbean theme playing in my head right now. RPM guy, that's a good social distancing idea. Parentheses, if only you believe in Corona. Oh, sorry, I meant the flu. I'm right there with you, RPM guy. It's a bunch of crap. Abbeville, hi, I've been watching your videos on Parker's Fight to Be With You. It's 2020. How are things going? I'm in a boat and I'm finally living my dream. I got out of jail about 6 years ago, and I found a video by a sailor, YouTube sailor named Louie Van Prague. And when I get done here, I'll try to link the Westsail 32 video. It was the very first liveaboard sailing video I ever saw, and I saw it just in 2015, right after I got out of jail. And he's an Australian guy. He eloped with some beautiful girl he found in, I don't know, Washington State or Oregon or something. And then he just took a camera out in a boat this size, the 32, mine's a 29, basically essentially this size, and they sailed all the way down the west coast of North America, down to Mexico, kicked off to the west, went out to the Marquesas Islands. And there's this one point in the video where he's filming. He said, yeah, I can't remember how long we've been at sea, but we hadn't seen land in about 3 weeks. And I went, seriously? People do that? Like live in a little boat by themselves or with their partner and go a whole a month without seeing people and sirens and cops and judges and lawyers? And no kidding. And I just fell in love with it, and I've been watching all of his videos ever since, plus a jillion other ones. And I've subscribed to a whole bunch of their channels, and it's just so neat. And now I get to add to my little piece of the pie, my little contribution on my own YouTube channel. Speaking of, I'm glad y'all asked that. Since my kids are now either grown or mostly grown, there's no such thing as my children being taken away from me. And therefore there's no such thing as, I mean, my channels, all the old videos are going to stay, but I'm moving on with my life. And this is what I want to do personally. Like I said, I didn't know that this was even a thing 6 years ago. I didn't know that people did this. But this is my way of trying to, A, live my life the way I want to, as free as I possibly can. No, I'm not on drugs. Derp. And show other people that you can go through mortal hell and there is light at the end of the tunnel. And I'm beyond excited to see where this is going to take me, because I don't know where this is going to take me. I know I've got to get some experience before I set sail and go way off to see all the people that I've talked to over all these years in all these beautiful countries. I've got to make sure I've experienced enough to get there. But again, that's the reason I got the deep, the full keel on here. Is most of the people that I read about and talked to and studied all said they cut through. And I got a little bit of experience in my schooling, but not a lot. That's what I'm going to need. Wicker Rose, he's high on happiness of life, not a drug. That's actually that's exactly it. I'm glad that moron asked me if I'm on drugs. Yeah, I'm high on life. This is, let's see, Saturday was my 90-day sobriety, 3 months, total 3 months. And the only, I guess, drugs I'm on is this nicotine that I got in my mouth at the moment, if you want to call it a drug. I'm on your brain link, Miss Mary. That's Becca. See, HP Hilarious. Where are you going when you get the boat working? All over the place. Daddy Keys, love the channel. Keep it up, bro. Good work, and I'm glad you're back. I'm glad to be back. Admiral Raleigh, what countries would you want to go to? Just about all of them that I won't get directly shot at. Everywhere in Europe, Australia, South Africa, New Zealand, South America, the Bahamas, obviously. I'd like to see Iceland, which would mean I'm going to have to gear up to, apparently cold weather sailing is a whole new beast compared to tropical sailing. Let's see, sweet congrats on 3 months. Thank you, Wicca. I'm loving it. Max Gunville grown? Not sure what that means. Adult. Oh, I guess you're talking to someone else. Blake Garcia. Hey, Blake. Thanks for, by the way, Blake, thanks for sending me those links. Blake's been real handy about sending me every headline that the deadbeat Attorney General Ken Paxton's been making here lately when he's being investigated by the FBI. I appreciate that. Yeah, I'm just not talking about the kids. My kids are great. They've moving along, doing their thing, living their life, making their own mistakes and having their own successes, and I'm just not gonna, just out of respect for my own kids, I'm not gonna go into any more detail about what their life other than they're fine. Okay, one wants to move past talking about the kids, so please move on with us. It's right. How you doing, big man? From Spissy Blunts. I just got a sailboat, so I'm on top of the world. Is it big? From Jordan Davenport. To me it is. To me it's huge, but in reality, no. It's a good thing that I lived in campers and RVs and motorhomes all those years being broke and figured out how to just get by and survive, because obviously there's differences, but there's a lot of similarities in living in an RV and living in a boat. It's kind of, well, they just have a lot of similarities. Jack 209, Caleb, by the way, Mexico is open right now with the quarantine or testing if you want to sail there. I just might. Whoa, what's big? Let's see. Will you try fishing? Oh, yes, I will. I'm glad you brought that up. It came with a bunch of, it's getting kind of dark in here. Oh, I'm going to have to bolt that sucker down. Uh-oh, y'all there? Oops. What am I doing here? George Hargreaves, hello. Let me turn this around. Yeah, it's getting a little dark. I don't know if y'all can see it, but I found this thing back here and I didn't know what it was. I found two things actually. Let's see. There's a light in here somewhere. Oh yeah, there's one. Not much for light. That's better than nothing. That's some kind of vent. And I picked this up and I didn't know what it was. I was like, what in the hell? And I couldn't figure it out. Like, it's a tube. Come to find out, it's a fishing pole. You just pull the sucker out and it goes out for, I don't know, 10, 12 feet. Longer than I've got room in here. So I found a rod, or just the reel. This is the rod. I found the reel somewhere. And I was like, why would anybody have just a reel but no rod? But then I found the rod. And then I found this. And when it was in a sleeve. And it's got this handle on it. And I was holding it through the sleeve. It felt like a pressure washer gun, what I'm used to, with the hose down here. And I got to looking at it. It's a brand new, never been open fucking spear gun. It's got barbs and the rope, and you got this rubber band type deal here and a sling. You just pull that sucker all the way back to here and click it in this. There's a little groove right there. I don't know if you can see it. And then I don't have to get me a mask and some fins, but I can go underwater and shoot some fish. Anyway, I thought it was cool. So, let's see, spinning or regular harpoon? Christ. I have no idea. I'm not a spear fisherman. Now you can defend yourself against pirates. Yeah, amongst other things, but I can't talk about it. Go Bahamas, no winter there. Yes, I'd plan on it, but there's no winter. But at the same time, Caleb is too broke to afford an air conditioner, so I gotta save my pennies, save my dollars, my pesos. So I can get me, they've got specialized marine air conditioners, believe it or not. Let me turn y'all around. Specialized marine air conditioners that actually use the seawater as a sort of a keel cooling, and it cools the similar to the way the engine is cooled with the seawater. You do the same thing with the air conditioner. So I thought that was cool. Let's see. Do a tour, Waukee. I just did. It's too dark to go do it again, but as soon as this live is over with, give it about 5 or 10 minutes, maybe a little longer since I'm not on Wi-Fi. And Shannon Wright battery operated fan. Yes, I don't know if you can see it, but right there, actually is a little bitty fan. It's about 6 inches in diameter, and it oscillates. I turned it off earlier because it was making some noise. I wasn't sure if y'all could hear me, but before I go to bed, I'm going to be cleaning a lot of this out. That bed makes down into about the size of a full bed, and it's about 6.5 feet from one end to the other. Me being 6 feet tall, just perfect. I can stretch all the way out. Let's see. Hey, from North Carolina. Oh, nice. Yeah. Keep that in case a shark gives you trouble. Yes, absolutely. I'm going to try my best not to bother the sharks, and hopefully they won't bother me, but mostly I'm going to keep it for if old Caleb gets hungry. My vegan days are over with, or at least for now they are. I may go back eventually someday, but right now I enjoy fish, lots and lots of fish, and I'm going to eat lots and lots of fish, whether it's caught on a pole or caught with my spear gun. Daddy Keys, spear gun won't kill a great white, not a tiger, but it's lethal to a bull shark. Didn't know that. Shannon, I'm happy for you, Caleb. You deserve it. Well, thank you. I would like to think I do. It's better than nothing. It is. In case a pirate decides to come aboard, I'd rather have the spear gun than no gun. Nice dude. Congrats. I'm happy for you from Little Bit 603. Well, thank you very much. Are you in the water? I'm docked. Let me turn it around. Oops. Yeah, I'm on the, that's what they call on the hard. I'm up on stilts at the moment. I got about 3 days to get all my shit together and get out of here. And I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm about to be evicted. I need a room. I think the house Parker doing people are just trolls at this point. And yeah, pretty much. Donald Miley says hello. But if you don't want to call me Daddy, you can call me Keys. Okay, Keys, Daddy Keys. Are you going to sleep there? Yep, this is my new home, Adam. This is it. This is my little slice of heaven. Yes, Vulcans, he's doing great. Does it run? Yeah, I hope so. I haven't started the engine, but the realtor or the broker that I bought it from, she seems really legit. Everyone around here knows her, and so she seems really, really legit. She said that she saw it run. The owner of this marina said he saw it run as soon as it got out of the water, and I'm just going to take their word for it. Oh, got a little knotlight there. Yep, grew up in Cape Cod, Maine. Spent many days on a boat. Nice. I wish I'd have been exposed to this. I was talking to the kids about that the other day. I wished I'd have been exposed to more coastal areas, ocean areas, Florida in particular. Florida is so cool. It's the most normal place. I was down in Miami about 3 weeks ago, saw a friend of mine there, and the people there are just different than as you come a little bit north on the East Coast. Like you walk into a restaurant and everybody just looks like this. None of this crap over their faces, and no one cares, and no one's sick, and it's really nice. Let's see. So cool, Caleb. I've never been on a boat before. I don't have much experience. Jack 209 Vulcans, to answer your question. Parker's grown. Yeah. We're not talking about that. Daddy Key, she's gonna do it for some dub takes Oprada. I have no clue what that means. I know it means something pop culture, but I'm so dorky. I don't no clue what it means. A little bit 603. It's a great thing, especially with or being a kid. Oh, I mean if I was, yeah. I wish I'd have been able to expose my kids to it. I didn't know about it. You know, obviously I knew boats existed. I just didn't know anything. I didn't know anything about the culture. You know, Florida's awesome. The Northeast is great also. My uncle lives in Florida and he loves it. That's from Shannon. Louie, Gucci, Fendi, Prada, top line, Balenciaga. Louis Vuitton, I assume that's what you mean. Gucci, I don't know what Fendi is. Prada, like the devil wears that. Vid 3 Dits. Hey, are there sharks there in the ocean? Yeah, there's definitely sharks. I saw some dolphins 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago when I was here, and I saw some manatees 3 days ago at my buddy Tina's. She took me over to the coast where there's surfers. They're actually still surfing this time of year, and I saw some manatees. It's a song. Ooh, okay. Yeah, I'm just not that hip person. I'm happy for you, man. How's it going? From Saya Diaki. I'm in my boat and I'm having the time of my life. Titan Master 101. Good job, man. I hope you enjoy it. I'm trying. I'm trying. Jade Alexis says congratulations. Thank you very much. Spiffy Blunts days. We're gonna see it in the water. Yep. Realistically, I think it's going to happen this weekend. They kind of want me out of here. They don't want people living here. I said, I was told that people live here all the time. And I just dropped my entire wad and I've got nowhere else to go. So as soon as I get loaded up, trust me, I don't want to be on the hard. I want to be in the water. A little bit 603. I grew up, wanted to join the Coast Guard, but had kids. Went to the Maritime Academy in Cape Cod. But now I work at an aquarium, which is the next best thing. Okay, well, you know what? I had kids too, and guess what? They grow up, and they're going to have their own problems, and again, just like mine, their own problems, their own successes. And that's one thing I've been struggling with is empty nest and booting little shits out on their own and letting them fly. And they're doing real well. I'm proud of them, but they can do it. And as much as I don't want to go too much into it, but it's been tough on me. There's 4 of them, and you know, it's tough whenever they, you know, I'm glad they're big and wipe their own butts and they've got common sense and they can take care of themselves, but at the same time, it's a transition for me. I go from changing diapers and getting sued and picking up kids, and that was my life for all those years, twice a month, driving back and forth, Odessa to San Antonio, 750 miles round trip, to now they're cool with just say texting, every now and then calling. But who wants to play Call of Duty? I'm sure if you can find my kids on there, Blaine and Hayden, they're huge into that stuff. A little bit 603. Sharkbait was our boat's name growing up. Sharkbait 1 and 2 and 3. One of these days it'd be nice to have lots of, well, I can't tell you the name of my boat. Well, right now it's Lily, but I'm going to change it. But I can't wait to have this boat number 1, number 2, kind of like Forrest Gump. We got 12 Jennies. Hey, I'm happy if you finally got the boat. I appreciate your existence. From Saya Diakite. Well, thank you. Appreciate your existence. My nickname for fishing was Sharkbait. Well, that's yikes. HBO hilarious. Well, man, I hope you're doing great. I hope things work out, and I've always looked up to you. And so have a good life at sea. Stay sober and stay safe. Absolutely, HBO hilarious. I intend to, and again, I just can't wait to show other people who go through the same bullshit that I went through with the family courts. It sucks going through it, but if you'll just hang in there, just get it through another day, get through another day, do your best to take care of your kiddos. Eventually they do grow up, they're able to work. If you've trained them well enough, they'll be able to make their own decisions, make their own mistakes, learn from their mistakes, and be strong enough to move through it. And you as the adult, the old fart, it's gonna be nice moving on. I get it, Caleb. I have 6 kids. Well, you know exactly, you know 50% more exactly what I'm talking about. YK Jelani, you are a great dad. Well, thank you very much. Jade Silk, congrats, and thanks for the inspiring videos. I really appreciate your activism and tireless efforts to defend parents and children's rights despite all the challenges. Well, thank you very much. That means a lot. I hope it inspires people and gets people to realize that it's not the end of the world. And these people with their threats, you got to realize they're just threats. They're just threats. Let them threaten away. Don't cow down to their threats. Stand up to these bastards that are trying to take your kids away. Stand up to them. Yeah, that's the way away for me. Mine are 6 and 11. They will grow up. They will. They just will. I wish I could say your name. I don't have my glasses and it's dark, so I know you're the Russian person. How are you going to decorate your boat? Decoration has never been my strong point. I want to get it to where it'll float and be efficient and enjoyable. And let's just say I don't have a woman's touch very well, so I'll keep it clean, but I'm not really a decorator, so I don't know. Relocate to Corpus Christi. I've been to Corpus many times. I finished raising the kids down in Port Aransas. I love the area. I don't remember seeing a lot of sailboats there, but at the time I wasn't really looking for them either. Fortnite, I don't play it. The kids used to, but I don't. You could do P for P. P for P? I don't know what is P for P, little bit 603. Adam O'Reilly, have you ever thought about joining the Navy or Coast Guard? Dude, I'm way too old for that shit. Way too old. They don't want my wore out ass. I've got a bad attitude. I wouldn't dare let some sailor talk shit to me because they'd just throw me in the clink. It is dark over there. Yep, it is. The sun has just set. In fact, I can turn it on you. Turn the camera around. It is just setting, and there's the moon. It's a little over half. I can't ever remember which is waning and which is waxing, but it's like 2/3 of a moon. Oh man, I'm behind again. Jade Silk, regarding stand up to them. Exactly. That's what I appreciate most. Despite all the adversity, you hung in there, exposed the fraud and abuse, and informed other people of how the system operates. Well, I tried my best. I'm gonna stop. Let me see. Kuraka. I'm just gonna call you Kuraka. Thanks for the answers. Oh man, he throws in the Russian. I'm not that talented. I wish I could speak Russian, but I don't. The delay is real. I'm not sure what you mean there. Daddy Keys, I look for a pretty girl with an amazing personality, but that is something impossible to find because I always get cheated on. Okay, you're talking to someone else. Is that a yacht? Yes. Barely, but it's a yacht. It's technically considered a yacht. It's not what you'd see like in the movie Overboard or anything like that. I don't have I couldn't even pay the sales tax on something like that. Daddy Keys, I'm 1 month sober. Nice. Good. Don't stop. Make it 5 weeks and then 6 weeks and then 2 months and 3 months and then make all of 2021 sober. It's the greatest thing. I wish I'd have done it a long time ago. A little bit 603. It's not impossible. Nothing is. Look at him. Perfect example. Nothing is ever not doable. Again, is the person, and someone's out there. Keys, I've been there. Hang in there. Yes, congratulations, Keys. Keep it up. Ah, P4P. Why didn't I know that? Paxton for prison. Yes, duh. As dense as I am, even I could have figured that out. I should have. Do you get seasick sometimes? I have been seasick one time. I went on the very last trip I ever took before I got divorced to Hawaii. And I went on a deep sea fishing boat. and it was humongous, and it was 4 hours long, and within the first 30 minutes I was in the very bottom of the hull puking my guts out. That's my only time I've ever gotten seasick. The week that I was in the water getting training down in Kima, Texas, I never once got sick. Of course, I didn't go any really big waves, but I never got sick. LOL, my jaw about dropped. I don't know what that means. Sorry. Karaka, I would be glad if more people knew my native language. It is beautiful, as there are many books written on it. I wished I knew more. The thing about being on a sailboat is most of the time, as much as I prefer doing lives instead of, everybody knows I'm not very good at editing anyways, there's not a whole lot to do. Oops, 20% battery remaining. Close. Well, I'm just about to the 1 hour mark anyways, but I can get through. I got 20%. The cool thing about a boat is there's lots and lots and lots of reading time. So I'll be reading a lot more than I usually do. Bro, I turn 17 soon. HBO hilarious. I gotta go see you later, Caleb, in chat. Take care, Mr. or Mrs., whichever you are. HBO hilarious. Let's see. Oh, this is his new boat, or did he just buy another boat? This is the only boat I've ever owned. I've never owned a boat, much less a sailable yacht that's got more or less everything I absolutely need as far as living in it. None of that is impossible. Shit, dude, you got a long life to live and lots ahead of you. Yep, you do. If you're only 16, 17, can you show the boat? Vid 3 dits. Yes, as soon as this is over, give it about 15 to 30 minutes to upload, since I'm not on Wi-Fi, and I did a little bit of a tour. It's a little bit late and too dark. I can't go do it again, but a little bit 603. Good luck, Caleb. Happy for you. Gonna go get dinner going. Nice. Y'all have a good evening. When you go to the toilet, does your business go out to the sea? It can. It can go directly, or it's got a holding tank, because you can't dump it if you're like in the what they call the ICW, the intercoastal waterways. You can't dump anything overboard, like nothing. You have to hold on to all of it. You got to be like 3 miles out before you can dump anything. Cameron Sanchez says, hi, RPM guy. Ooh, got zapped by Miss Mary by a little bit. Okay, keep us posted. I absolutely will. Oh yeah, that's what I was saying. I'm gonna have to do a lot more when I'm obviously out of range. I'm gonna have to just pre-record everything, and I might even start editing, who knows. Well, somebody just got zapped by the Whomping Willows, a bunch of y'all. Be careful with Russian literature. Sometimes it is very depressing, even for me, a Russian person. Ooh, I didn't know that. I did watch, I don't know if remember if I mentioned this last time I did a live, but I watched the Queen's Gambit a couple, 3 weeks ago, and she wounds up going to Russia and playing in a tournament, and she beats the like top dog of all in the world, and it was a Russian guy. And oh my God, it's set back in the 60s, I believe. Sorry, there's a plane overhead. The architecture, the Russian architecture, and the way they dressed all the characters up in the 60s. Oh my gosh, if y'all haven't seen the Queen's Gambit, definitely go watch it. It is badass. Russian Tal, good morning. Love from India. Nice. It's morning in India. I didn't know that. Your face take me back to my youth days with my dad. That's why I really love your content a lot. God bless you, from Syed Diakite. Well, thank you. I'm glad I could help. Nice. I don't know what that means. Okay, you're laughing. See, they come in waves. Yeah. Watch his channel if you want to know about his kids. There you go. If you don't know how the kids doing, they're on. I've talked about it. I'm going to talk about it. Wake Jelani, have a good night's sleep. I'm going to try. This is going to be my maiden voyage. I'm going to lose my cherry, my sleeping in a boat cherry in my own boat. What's your opinion on communism? Communism is a failed way of distributing goods and services, and it makes sure everybody is equally broke instead of me. I'm not a like full-blown, I am a capitalist, although I don't want to get into too much on that kind of thing. I do believe in the greatest amount for the greatest number of people. I do believe in competition. However, I'm not so naive to think that some capitalists don't take it to the extreme and cheat and fuck over the earth and ruin oceans and ruin soils. And I don't know what the answer is, but you know, just because you can make money doing something doesn't mean you should. What's your opinion? Okay, I already did that. Amazing film. I assume you're talking about the Queen's Gambit. Yes, it is. RPM guy, love you. Well, thank you very much. Miss Mary, don't be weird. Days not says, sorry, that's okay. Man, I'm behind again. It doesn't work. That's the best one you could describe. Hard work pays off. It is. Yes, it does eventually. No, it's not. It's very, very pleasant right now. Like, I'm not worried about having a blanket, and I'm not worrying about not having an air conditioner because it is just absolutely gorgeous right here in Florida. I know the condition of dentistry occupation over there. There's lots of dentists. One of my sisters is a dentist. I don't go to the dentist often. I haven't had to, knock on wood. You look a lot like my dad, especially when I was younger. Well, I'm getting old and I got the gray hairs to prove it. Are you going to get a pet? No, I don't want any responsibility. I want the least amount of responsibility as possible. All right, kids, it's an hour and 2 minutes into it, and my battery's just about to die, but as y'all can see, I'm in the dark. But anyway, thanks everybody so very much for taking a gander at my little slice of heaven, and I will see y'all the next time. Hopefully, now that I finally got my boat, I didn't want to announce it too early because I didn't want assholes beat me to and try to steal it from me, like that douchebag Ken Paxton. But anyways, I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. Let's see, I forgot how to end it on okay. Please consider not hitting your cheerins. Love y'all.